Welcome to this Bluehorn video on how to create a rated Nielsen television worksheet. As a reminder, rated television worksheets are only available to those who subscribe to ratings that stream them through their Bluehorn account. This video is specific to the Nielsen worksheet type. As another reminder, any Bluehorn user can enter ratings manually without a Nielsen or ComScore subscription, but you would enter your worksheets as unrated. Then you manually enter your ratings and all calculations are still able to be used. This video is for those who use Nielsen television ratings and want to set up their worksheet in order to update ratings through the system. Go into any campaign created or create a new campaign. Refer to our videos on the website for how to create a campaign if you need to. Once you're in the campaign, scroll down to add a new worksheet. Give the worksheet a name. Use your date range that matches up with your campaign dates. Then select a market. You'll need to select Rated Nielsen. Then you select your vendor type, which for this particular worksheet is broadcast television rated. You'll then go into your markets and all available markets will populate. For this example, we'll be using one that we have ratings data for examples. On this part, you select vendors that you'd like to use on this particular worksheet. You can use as many as you choose, and if you need help setting up a rated vendor, refer back to our Setting Up a Nielsen Rated Vendor video on bluehorn.com. You can select as many as you'd like, one at a time, or you can begin typing and they will populate, or you can at any time click on this Add All key and all available vendors that you have set up in that market will populate. As with any worksheet, you're then able to toggle and pick your representative for each available station. Scrolling down, the next step is picking the Hutton books that you'd like to use. You can click in the window and a listing of all available books you have for that market will appear. Or you can use this Add All key, just like vendors, in order to select all. Once you select your Hutton books, you can select your share. Again, you can click in the window and then click which book you'd like to use for share. Next, you have to select your stations. This is how Nielsen attaches the data to your worksheet, so it's a very important step. Make sure that you've set up your vendors correctly, and again, reference our video on how to set up a rated vendor to ensure that you don't miss a step. If nothing populates here, again, you'll need to go back into your vendors and ensure that you've attached the correct Nielsen station. Just like vendors, you can select them individually or add all. You can set a GRP goal or leave it blank, and this is where you select your primary demographic. You can use one of our pre-populated, most popular demographic segments, and you can see everything populates for you. Or you can create your own custom demographic by clicking inside the window and choosing as many as you'd like and then naming it over here on this side. You can also set the same for secondary demographics or leave that blank. This is where you can change your commission structure, change how you view your worksheets, or set a different max reach. The defaults will always be as shown. When you're ready, click Add Worksheet. And the worksheet will populate at the top of the list for the campaign and show as new. When you're in your new Nielsen worksheet, you'll want to double check your information and see that this is a good reference point for when you're adding your lines. At the top in the pre-buy worksheet section, you'll see the vendors that you've set up as well as the stations. This is a good reference for if you're not finding that information in your line items later. At this point, you can manually insert lines, or you can go up to Import and Avail. This is in the green Create Order dropdown, right here as import file. For a quick reference, you can go on bluehorn.com videos and watch our video on how to import an avail. There's a little more detail there about how you can import the information and make quick batch changes. But this is where you choose your file and then enter it. If you choose to add your lines manually, you navigate across the page just like you do with any other worksheet. If you're not seeing your vendor or station in the drop-down menus, make sure that they are available up here, again, as a reference. If the station information is not populating, that means your vendor might not be set up correctly, and you'll need to go back into the vendor and ensure that you've attached a Nielsen station in order for it to pull your ratings. When you've entered all your line items and you're ready to update your ratings, you can do this at any time. You can import avails one at a time from different stations or enter as many or as few line items as you'd like when you want to update your ratings. You go to the green Create Order menu and go down to the last segment of Update Ratings. Again, you can do this as many times as you'd like. Your screen will then give you an update that says that a worksheet is processing and your ratings will be updated. Because this example worksheet does not have any lines, no ratings will populate. But if you have line items available, you will set your dates, times, and rates, and the ratings information as well as impact columns will appear. Thanks for watching this video on how to set up a Nielsen television worksheet. Refer back to bluehorn.com videos for any other steps of the process for quick reference points, and see our other videos on troubleshooting. Thanks!